Hello YouTube, this is Travis Dunn with MDL, and this is my vlog for November 20th, 2016. It's been a few weeks. Honestly, I don't, it's been so many weeks that I can't remember what my last vlog even was talking about, so I may repeat some things. I'm at work at the undisclosed location, and it's been kind of crazy. Geez, as you can tell, I'm a little scruff. I need to shave, and I'll be honest, I've been sick, which is one of the reasons why I haven't done a vlog in a few weeks. It's also why I haven't done a podcast with my brother. I haven't done that in the last couple weeks, partly just because I've been sick. So if I happen to cough or whatever, I apologize now. I'll try to keep that down to a minimum. But needless to say, I could have bought stock in Halls at this point. I've literally just been nonstop between it and Lifesavers, trying to keep this cough under control. And it's mostly sinuses, but I always get sick this time of year. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me as far as that's concerned. It's always between roughly Thanksgiving and my birthday. And so I don't quite understand. But anyway, obviously, you know, I've been doing the podcast with my brother for a couple months now. It's going pretty decent. We're still having some technical issues that we're still trying to work out. And I will say that doing a podcast from two totally separate locations is a little weird and a little bit difficult. And part of it has to do with OBS. Now, I'm using OBS to record this right now, but I can't seem to do anything live. Like, for whatever reason, live just doesn't work. So I've literally been like recording my side and he's recording his side, and then I'm editing them together in post. Now, my last podcast, which was really like, I couldn't get it posted till almost a week later than when we recorded it, was mostly just because of audio sync issues, which has been probably my biggest headache. And for whatever reason, like this last time, I let him do the sync in audio on his side. I did the sync on audio on my side, and then I was just putting it together. For some reason, and I'll explain what I had to do to fix it, like halfway through his video, his audio, whenever I put it into, it didn't matter whether I was using HitFilm or whether I was using Adobe Premiere, it would just like halfway through just start going out of sync. And so ultimately, what I ended up having to do was take Handbrake, which is a free software you can get download, and basically just re-encode it into the same file. For whatever reason, however he did it, and I'm pretty sure he's using Sony Vegas, excuse me, and for whatever reason I had to do that, and then it was fine. And the worst part was the drift off, like literally I could play the video. It didn't matter what I played in media player, VLC, QuickTime, didn't matter, was fine. But the moment I imported it into the editing software, halfway through it started drifting. And that's kind of been a problem I've been having, honestly, with a lot of videos here lately, that I've kind of tinkered with and been playing with. And that's really hampered a lot of things I've been trying to work with. I mean, really, I'd like to build the SD project, and I'm actually up to 30 subscribers. I kind of can't believe I've got that many subscribers on that channel. You know, I wanted to get some real review stuff done. I didn't, you know, me and the wife ended up buying a new car a little over a month ago now, and I was hoping to do a review of the old car before we got rid of it, and I just didn't have time. It's really a struggle with the kids' schedule, so I'm gonna have to set aside time, and I'm gonna have to schedule things out so that I can make videos. I'd like to do more of this type of stuff, but I have decided, first of the year, I'm going to try really hard to get a new DSLR. I'm going to try to get a new Canon. I'd love to shoot 4K. I think 4K is the next resolution media you know, and I understand why a lot of YouTubers are going to it. It has a lot of advantages. It has some disadvantages too if you don't have enough hardware to properly process and edit those big files. But for me, for now, 1080p is fine, but I want to do a lot more cinematic stuff. with a lot of stuff that I want to do. And camcorder is great for vlogs. It's great for run and gun shoot, and I can do a lot with it. But I can't do those cinematic, I forget now the technical term, but where the background's slightly out of focus and the foreground's in focus, or vice versa. I want to be able to do that. And I also need to get a slider. A slider is on the books, so I'm going to get me a slider. I really want to try to up the game in production value, because there are a lot of great YouTube channels out there. And I watch a lot of them. And so I kind of feel like if I want to bring something to the table, I'm going to have to step up my game a bit. Like I said, can't afford to do it in the resolution. Got to do it in cinematographic quality. So that's, kind of what's on the books there. I'd kind of love to pick something up for Christmas, which, I hate to even think about Christmas being right around the corner, and, this week's Thanksgiving coming up. And I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey, don't drink and drive. But ultimately it's, we got to get stuff for the kids. The kids, it's not time for me to spend money on me as much as I'd love to. There's a lot of nice things coming up on sale on Black Friday. And DSLR is actually one of the things that's going to be on sale. It's not a big sale, but, $150 off. It's kind of a big thing. But in the same boat, I'm kind of like, I kind of want to wait until after the first of the year, just in case that Canon comes out with a 4K DSLR. I don't know why they haven't at this point. It's got to be coming. If they don't do 4K DSLR this year, I think they're really going to hurt their bottom line, because a lot of people are moving to Sony because of the 4K, and so they really need to step up in the game. But my problem even with the DSLRs is the disadvantages with them, which is you can't do long recordings. It doesn't do slow-mo, and ultimately, weight and function, focusing and things like that are all things that if you're in a production environment, doesn't matter, because you're planning things out, you're setting scenes, but when you're trying to run and gun with the DSLR, it's really a horrible platform to run and gun. I don't know how some of the YouTubers do it, especially when it comes to things like focusing and whatnot. So those are all things in the works, just keep that in plan. I've been watching a lot of Twitch here lately. Usually about this time I'm already on watching a Twitch streamer named Bone Daddy. I'll leave a link in the description of his Twitch channel. And really cool guy. I usually sit in there while I'm working, just kind of listen in the background, and I'll jump on a chat, here and there, just talk shit to people. My brother is a moderator on that Twitch channel, so kind of doing it for him, just kind of doing it, just to have somebody somebody live to hang out and chat with, because I sit here by myself at night. So it's just kind of fun. And I've done a little bit of Twitch streaming here lately. I'll be honest, I haven't really got to play a whole lot of video games. Got to play a little bit of Diablo 3 finally. I got one character Doc and my friend James, we bum rushed up to level 70. So I can really start building that character up. And in fact, I'll probably end up starting another one here soon, just to go through the whole thing from start to finish. But there has been quite a bit going on. At least for the time being, it looks like I'm going to be stuck on this nightly schedule. I'm still going to be doing my 3-4 12-hour shifts. There was some plans on them moving the night shift to corporate, and then I would move to day shift, which would be more like an evening shift, probably. But some things have kind of went down here at work, and just for the time being, they're on a hiring freeze, so I'll be, which kind of doesn't bother me. I kind of like this shift. It gives them, because I get so many days off in a row on my short weeks, that I really get a chance to do things and get things done. And the only thing that sucks is my Saturdays are it's hard to do anything on Saturdays, regardless of whether my short week or long week. Because if I really need to do something, I maybe sleep a couple hours tops, and then have to get up and and run and do all that with very little sleep. Makes me a very cranky person. Did get a raise, speaking of job. Was a kind of a strange thing, but because nobody's getting raises right now. The only reason I got a raise, because the federal government, under some new rules that they set with the, I forget the exact department, but it was the department that deals with wages and labor, set basically rules and policy for what's considered. I mean, the thing is, like I'm salary. I'm salary. And so I work 36 hours one week and I work 40 some odd hours the next week. And, anyway, so based on the new rules on my long weeks, I would be eligible for overtime. Because I work more than 40 hours and I'm under a certain salary cap. They basically set a salary cap for the people that are salary. And so it got bumped up to 47,000 some odd change. You can find that, whatever that amount is, online. So I got a pretty significant raise coming off that. And they had apparently went back and forth whether or not they were going to change this to hourly, can't speak. Or if they were going to leave a salary and just make the change. Well, they decided to make the change. Probably because I'm one of the few that are probably affected by this. I know I come in at a much lower salary than probably a lot of other people did. Even ones that came in after me. Because it was a negotiational salary. And I went from a job making $25-ish to $30,000 a year, to making $40,000 a year is basically what it came to. So I wasn't really complaining. I would have liked to have had 50 coming in the start. I would have liked more than that, but I'll be honest, I probably could have said I want 60,000 and they would have probably paid it. It was kind of that. It was a weird situation, but I would have said I probably could have said 60. They probably would have just given me whatever. But I was being kind of nice. I was looking for something different, and they offered a significant pay increase from what I was already making. So, but yeah, I'm not complaining. I got more money. It's definitely going to help with now having a brand spanking new car. And if I didn't mention it in the last vlog, and I'm probably pretty sure that I did, the wife got a 2017 Mitsubishi Lancer. It is octane blue. And we had an optional spoiler added. I'm probably going to try to hunt down some other optional accessories that's been made in the last couple of years, because there's a shift knob that'll fit. There's supposed to be I think there's a pedal kit that came out a couple of years ago, but should still fit on that model. I am going to get the windows tinted in the spring. We're going to do that probably with income tax. But I'll tell you, I'm not ready for winter. Speaking of spring, and here, this is kind of sucked. I sort of had already put the bike away. It's covered. It's the battery tenders on it and all that good stuff. I haven't had time to ride it, and it's kind of disappointing. But between the fact my stepdad's bike's been down since rodeo, and I talked about that in another vlog, I know I have, and just things going on with the kids, football and cheerleading and all that good stuff, just not had the time to take the bike out, and so I just went ahead and parked it for the season. But, the last few days have been like 75 degrees, and I've been seeing bikes everywhere. So, I really have been having the itch to ride, but now we had a winter front that just came in last night. In fact, it's kind of why my hair is a mess, because even walking just from my car into the building, we got 25, 30 mile an hour winds pretty much steady. And I saw some snowflakes right before I came in. And so yeah, winter's here. Christmas is right around the corner. Like I said, I don't want to even think about Christmas. But yeah, it's one of those things we've got to start prepping for that. What we're gonna get the kids for Christmas, I have no idea. I'm sure there's gonna be some video games. I know there's probably gonna be a good bit of clothes, because both kids really need some more clothes, especially like the son really needs some more jeans. Daughter needs pretty much everything, because she's kind of gone through another little bit of growth spurt. So she's at that point where she's racking up to the next size. For me, my birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I don't know what I want for my birthday, to be honest. Kind of what I want for my birthday is too expensive to ask. I'd love to have a 3-axis gimbal. I'd love to have a new DSLR. Like I said, a lot of expensive toys that I'd love to have, but not things I can ask for right now, right here. Probably be something stupid. It'll probably be, I think I might ask for a new gaming headset. My other set is really going bad. Excuse me. And, so yeah, I think gaming headset's probably what I'm going to ask for my birthday. Now, for Christmas, I don't know. I don't know what I want for Christmas. And for me, Christmas is always first of the year. Income tax is usually when I spend money on my computer. This year, I'm going to try to finally buy the video card, but I may not. I may hold out for the next model to come out. But now that I got the i7, I really need to get a water cooling kit for it, because that i7's got the potential of overclocking much further than where it's at right now. And temperature wise, it's just not where I want it to be, which is kind of disappointing, because the Evo 212 is a great cooler, but for some reason that i7 runs hot, and it's just one of those things. I did some work on my Sonic. I changed the spark plugs, did the oil change, air filter, cabin filter. I did, I fixed I replaced a clamp on the upper radiator hose. I think that's taken care of my leaking problem, because I've had this weird leak, and I know it's been sort of leaking around that radiator hose, but where I've been seeing coolant pull up was kind of a weird spot. It was near it, but it wasn't in the direction that it should have pulled up. And so far, knock on wood, it's been fine. So we'll see. I did replace one of the emissions pieces on it. I've got another piece that I could replace, so I have a feeling I'm going to have to. But I think it's fixed one of my check engine light problems, but not what the other one that's been popping up is. I think it's dealing with something else. But yeah, I mean, it's been a few interesting few weeks. Like I said, I've been horribly sick. Last Sunday, I literally, my wife was like, "You need to get up. I need you to help me do it." And I'm like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I stayed in bed. I slept all day, and to be honest, I've done nothing but drag ass. I didn't want to come to work at all this week, but not the week of my birthday, but the week after my birthday, which is the week after December 9th, I don't remember the exact dates. I'm gonna be on vacation, so I'll probably be doing some live streaming. I'm sure I'll do a video. Me and Doc will probably be sitting down and do a couple of videos, because there's some stuff. Some discussions I'd love to sit down and have and post on the channels. With Star Wars coming up, we're gonna go see Star Wars that week, obviously, being off. I can't wait. I'm not as excited for this Star Wars. Excuse me. Rogue One. I'm not as excited for it as I was Episode 8. Mostly because I feel like we know this story. We don't know all the details, and I was kind of fine with that. And yeah, it's Star Wars, so I'm kind of excited. In the same boat, I'm kind of Doc's been actually kind of ticked off at me. He wanted to go see Doctor Strange when it came out, and I'm kind of like, I'm not that interested in Doctor Strange at all. I mean, it's getting a lot of good reviews and things like that, but the whole sort of Inception style movie just doesn't interest me at all. And so yeah, but like I said, movies are something I actually want to sit down and, like, especially movie trailers. I want to sit down and literally like critique movie trailers. That's something I kind of like to do on the SD Project channel. And so I might, the week I'm off, sit down like one day and pick like 5, 6 trailers and just sit down with Doc and have discussions about them. But yeah, like I said, Doctor Strange was one I'm not that interested in seeing. As far as other things, TV's been great here lately. I've had lots of stuff to watch. Obviously, my usual NCIS LA, Los Angeles and New Orleans, always great. And but I'll tell you, the WB is just knocking it out the park this season. They've really done a great job with all the superhero shows. And I was a little concerned, especially adding another superhero show that they picked up from CBS, Supergirl. I was concerned because they've even made some cuts of certain key people that were originally in that series, Supergirl. And I was concerned. I was concerned that it was going to go downhill. It's been good so far. I will admit, I miss Cat Grant from a character standpoint. I think she was a really, really nice dynamic. And I really think that I'm hoping that they may bring her back. I really hope that they can afford to do that. And then on Legends Tomorrow, they got rid of the character that played Rip Hunter, or the actor that played Rip Hunter. That's another one I'm really hoping they bring back. The show's been great. Don't get me wrong. The show's been great. But there's something missing. And Rip Hunter's character, to me, was just a character you can't get rid of. You know what I mean? I was really disappointed when they got rid of Captain Cold. And I apologize. I don't know these actors by all by heart. It's not like I'm stalking them on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. But yeah, I was disappointed when they got rid of him. I thought he was a great dynamic to the team. The new guy is doing pretty well. He's still, I haven't completely warmed up to him. The guy that's playing Steel, and but overall, I'm enjoying this. From an overall standpoint, I'm enjoying the series. All the Arrow, Flash, it's all been great. Coming up next week, we're getting the big crossover fight event. So they're all going to get together. It's going to be a great thing. You know, all the episodes are from one series to the next, are all going to be kind of tied into the whole thing. So looking really forward to that. And so yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's been a really, really good time for TV. And it's like bad. It's been bad for some movies and good for TV. I don't know why. I guess a lot of it is when you're dealing with TV. There's a lot of work in making things congruent and keeping things together. And then obviously with this whole DC hero thing, we're literally getting, because we're getting these crossovers and this kind of interchange. They're all the writers and stuff are working together to really bring a more cohesive, world for these characters to live in, which is what Marvel has done pretty well in the movies, that DC doesn't do well in any of the movies on their side. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Sony's they're assholes. I will pure and simple, Sony are assholes when it comes to these movies. That's why Fantastic Four has flopped pretty much twice. We've had a lot of other flops. And the only reason Deadpool really did well is because they kind of went, okay, Ryan, you put your money in it. You know, everybody's begging for this thing. Just go do it. Do it. You know, we'll put a little money in it. We'll promote it. We'll just distribute the movie and, do whatever. And that's what he did. And it was great. Sony just needs to leave shit alone. And I guess there's been some problems with Deadpool too. There's been some creative differences when it comes to the movie. And Ryan Reynolds, who's got a big say, obviously, in the Deadpool movies. And so they had lost one director. And I'm told, I think I saw a post here today, that the director from John Wick, which is a great action director, is going to direct Deadpool 2. So we're looking at spot on. I won't say the John Wick movies, like it's not a great movie in my part. It's not a lot, like, it's not that movie I want to watch 10 times, but it was a great action movie, which Deadpool has a lot of action, and I think that they'll pull really good together, getting those two aspects. As long as him and Ryan can work together, I think that'll turn out really well. I think that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I'm on vacation in just a few weeks, so hopefully I'll get to do a little more videos, and like, I'm gonna try to start maybe doing a regular Twitch stream, or even possibly do a YouTube stream instead. We'll see how it goes. But I'm really wanting to. There's so many games I want to play right now, and it's like I've got some games that obviously are just coming out that I really want to play. Man, the list is just too long, and that's a big problem, I think, with a lot of video games, and why some of them flop, if you will. They're all coming out between late October and mid-November for the Christmas season, and that really puts a lot of video games in a very short period of time, and most of these are the big, AAA $100+ million budget games, so. I think it's a lot of people just don't have the money or the time to play those kind of games. And there are a lot of games that I've put off specifically just because I'm going to get them on Black Friday for practically half price. Why not? I've got plenty of stuff to do, plenty of stuff to play. So, I'm good with it. But anyway, that's where I'm in the vlog today. I want to thank everybody who's been kind of watching. Like I said, these will continue to be completely random. If you really want to keep up with what's going on, go over to the ST Project channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Hope everybody has a great day, has a great week, and I will catch you later.